Good morning to the homies. Good morning, good morning. This is a HomiesHub exclusive. As you can see, we are in Pattaya, Thailand. I'll give you guys a little bit of a look. So y'all can see what it's looking like out here currently. Nice and bright. We're on the 16th floor. Okay. So you guys should know the area very, very close to Tree Town. Basically in Tree Town, really. So I kind of want to just talk to you guys. I've been meaning to do videos like this since I was in Medellin, but unfortunately it just never happened. But now we're kind of stepping it up a little bit with the content. So I want to make sure I'm able to talk to my guys, talk to my homies, and give you guys some game. So we're in Pattaya. Y'all know that we left Colombia. What's going on? What's the scoop? What's the information that you guys would like to know? Well, number one, I left Colombia because of visa issues. I was applying for my visa. Maybe people could have said I could have started it earlier, but I knew it was going to be a money-hungry process with their government, basically trying to get me to keep filling out paperwork and hiring lawyers. And at that point in time, I didn't have an extra $500, $600, $700 to just throw around at a process that I might not even get approved for. When I finally had the money to burn, I went through the whole process properly, got admitted, right? So because of that, I wasn't able to get the visa. Somebody made an error on my passport, which gave me 90 days. So instead of them to use their computer program to see how many days I've actually been in the country and seeing that I was in the actual time period, because the time period that you have to get what is called a salvoconducto, meaning that you were at risk of running over your time and being illegal. The woman looked at it as, no, you're already valid, you have 90 days. Or what she was saying was, you actually have to already run over those days, and then you're going to be required to pay a fine. So no matter what, they're trying to get you to pay that fine regardless. So it's like, okay, you can get the salvoconducto when you're already over the time, then you pay the fine plus the price of the salvoconducto, which then gives you 30 days to then try to reapply for the visa, which you also have to pay for again. So you keep getting head cracked all the way throughout the process until maybe they grant you your visa. And then at the end of that, basically saying that the digital nomad visa, which doesn't explain at any point in time that it is supposed to only really be curated towards tourism, which if you think about it, if I'm a digital nomad, meaning I move around, how the fuck would the baseline of my work be based on whether or not I'm offering tourism and encouraging people to come visit the country? So they have the right to basically admit, meaning they didn't really reject you, but they're just not going to approve you because my baseline work isn't promoting or marketing tourism and digital nomadism or promoting the country, which it actually does, but I wanted to keep what I do from the Homies Hub off of my public profile because of certain kinds of scrutiny through the nightlife and chica content and things like that. So now, I went back to the States for about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I basically said, hey, I'm gonna go to Asia, go to Thailand, because if I get stuck in the US, I'm gonna wanna go back into the job market simply because of the expenses of things, not wanting to stay at home. I'm fortunate to, have a mom that's hardworking and owns several properties that I can stay at. But at the end of the day, I need my own space as a man. So I would have to go back into the working system, rent an apartment. Granted, what I'm making off of my business and what I'm making off of my company could sustain me paying a rent. You know what I'm saying? You could even say I could do it full time, but a lot of the freedoms I have living overseas, I wouldn't have them anymore. I'd have to cut back on a lot of things and focus on growing the company. So I had to choose between two things. Do I stay in the US, go back into the job market while also, doing what I'm doing? Or do I just live overseas, continuously, grow my YouTube, grow my entertainer presence, and grow my company overseas? ultimately I decided that it was smarter for me to just come overseas, and I'm glad I did. I'm here in Asia, I'm here in Thailand. It's been wonderful for me. I've been meeting some very beautiful Asian women, learning about culture, and being more focused on my business and my health. So we started off in Bangkok. Obviously, that's the first place you land. I spent about a week and a half in Bangkok, and then I came over here to Pattaya, and I haven't found a reason to leave yet. I'm extending my stay at this condo while in the process of looking for other condos to put on Airbnb. As you know, that was something I was trying to do earlier inside of Colombia, but there was just too many restrictions and difficulties with their process. The most difficult things about Colombia for me is their process when it comes to do anything with government. Paperwork is very slow. They don't really care to make things easy for you. Versus here in Thailand, I've noticed that it's a little bit more professional. The people are a little bit more educated. So people are focused a little bit more. Now, I haven't started the process of doing business out here yet, so things could get rocky, things could get muddy for me, but so far, even just asking some of the girls for some kind of assistance to, get some information, they're able to give it to me versus what I was going through inside of Colombia. It felt impossible. Even having sit-down meetings with non-working women, right? Like non-fast life women, regular women that's in the church, things like that, giving them an opportunity for them to make a couple extra $100 per month, to assist me in securing some of these apartments so that we can do Airbnb arbitrage. They would just completely ghost me. Like it was so frustrating because these are people that would be going out of their way to meet up with me and have conversation with me and help me and things like that. And then when it came down to trying to do business, they wouldn't. Now, I did have some assistance from a guy named David from the church in Medellin. He's a great guy. He helped me out a lot. He helped me out to the best that he possibly could, right? But at the end of the day, he has his own shit that he has to take care of. He's running a charity, so I didn't want to try to burden him with what I have going on simply because I'm looking to exceed. I'm looking to do even better in a country that I'm coming to pretty much already well off, right? So at least that's how they look at. Little did they know at that time I was just as broke as some of them. So that's that. That's my comparison. And just things like that, and also plans I have here for Thailand, right? Next point. All right, I had to get some Vicks real quick because my nose was getting stuffy. I'm like literally sitting here doing my laundry. If y'all can see, those kicks got messed up from Keisha's party. Trying to stump through those muds. So I got them things outside drying after cleaning them. Anyways, so my next point. Asia offers a lot of really good opportunities, I feel like. Asia, my plan at least is I'm in Pattaya right now. It's more fun. It's less traffic, a lot of girls. One of the biggest reasons I left Florida, at least the part of Florida that I was living in, was because I didn't have access to the kind of women I wanted. Like there was access to women. It wasn't difficult. A lot of Facebook dating meetups, Tinder meetups, a lot of quick hookups. But the thing was, I wasn't meeting women that were really, for my whole thing, there has to be a trade-off. Either I'm dealing with a woman that's extremely educated and can help me and advance me in business, or she needs to be beautiful, right? Like there needs to be somewhat, and I kind of was dealing with lower quality. So being overseas, women suffer because they don't have the educational part, but they do have the beauty part. And at least with the beauty part, we can do something. We could work with that. Beauty is a currency today in 2025. So Colombia was good for that, but the problem with them is that they're extremely they're not forward thinking. Everything is what's now in the moment. What can you do for me at this very moment? What can you give me at this very moment? It's not a lot of forward thinking. I notice in Asia, they're a little bit more forward thinking. I can speak with them. They understand the importance of probably helping me secure some apartments, teaching me a little bit about the landscape, doing content, things like that. And a lot of them don't require money up front. And I think that was cool. Colombia, you virtually, it's almost impossible to get a girl to even come to your house if you're not talking about money, right? So I would have a little roster of girls that didn't need money. They just enjoyed sex. They enjoyed my vibe. They enjoyed my energy. I would have these women, but at some point it becomes about money, because it's like, okay, I come over here, I fuck you, I don't charge you, you know what I do for work, you should want to give me something, you should want to do things for me. And it's not like I was opposed to that. I'm all for ordering you food, or, you know, paying your Ubers to get to and from me, which I did all the time. Surprisingly, I don't have to do that here in Thailand, but once we start changing the relationship to I'm rewarding you with money for spending human time with me, that's when I become a trick, right? And I'm not opposed to tricking. It's just the fact of the matter of, I'm the kind of guy where if I gotta pay for it, you might see me once or twice. If you really fucking good, you might see me 3 times. But the chances that you gonna see me more than once if I gotta pay for it is super, super low, right? The girls that don't charge me for it, but you know, I enjoy their company, or they're doing something that makes me happy, they'll see me more often, but it's not gonna be a pay for play situation. I'll take you to dinner, maybe one day I'll take you shopping, but it has to make sense, right? Because at some point, for all that, you're basically paying at the whole. If I have to give you something every time I see you, it's very materialistic and it's very shallow. And that's kind of one of the things that I'm glad to be away from being here in Thailand. So that's that. Another thing is too, out here I see there's a possibility for marriage. There's a possibility to be with the woman, because a lot of these women want relationships, versus a lot of women inside of Colombia want to juggle men. I had an ex inside of Colombia. She's not a working girl, doesn't work at all, but she makes some really good money. I'm not going to go into what it is that she does, but she's pretty much well off. And she told me that the single mother rate in Colombia is not because the men are not hardworking enough, and it's not really because they don't have money. She says it's because Colombian women pride themselves on being able to juggle men. They like the idea of having multiple men, pursuing them, calling them princess, calling them this. So a man's busting his ass trying to provide for his woman, and his woman will literally just go sleep with a man because she can, and ask for some money, because that's how they grow their self-value and self-worth. Something that I feel like people don't understand until you're here, right? A lot of the perception is they're doing this because they have to do it, right? So, and for a lot of them, that's true, but I think there's a difference between the women that really have to sell their body and the woman that would just prefer to sell their body, right? Prime example, the Venezuelans, it's difficult for them to actually get contractual jobs inside of Colombia because of the limitations as it comes to their working visas and things like that. For them, it's like a no-brainer. Like, I might as well just go and sell my body than try to make things work here, when even times the Colombian people are racist against me. As for the Colombian women, their circumstances are a little different, right? She might have to be more plain and simple with her lifestyle. She might have to bundle up with a couple family members, and she'll say to herself, why do that if I could go sleep with a gringo that'll pay my rent $200, $300 a month, sleep with a couple more gringos, gives me money to drink every day, sleep with a couple more gringos, I could take little trips. So that's how they prefer to live their lifestyle. No matter what, they're going to pick someone they're going to sleep with for free, right? And they want to have fun and enjoy the moment and things like that. They don't want to be tied down. I had a woman I contacted because I wanted to get this girl's nails done, and I wanted to find out the price. And once she found that I was willing to pay for this girl's nails, she instantly started expressing her sexual desire for me. And I basically was like, well, I mean, you know, I didn't really hit you up for that, but I mean, maybe like, you know, it's possible. She's like, yeah, as long as my husband doesn't find out, he doesn't know. I'm all like, okay, but are you like charging me? She's like, yeah, of course. Like, you have to give me something. You have to pay me something. And I'm just like, I don't want to give you anything. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't hit you up to purchase sex. I hit you up to see the price of what it costs to get this girl's nails done, because me and her about to go out and do some content. So that's how it basically is when it comes to Colombia and in Thailand, right? Like, there really is no. It's really difficult. Now, I've only been in Thailand 2.5 weeks, so I really can't give you an exact, like, this is what it's all about. But I do see, like, based off what, like, some of these women are willing. If you're willing to be serious, they look like they're willing to be serious too. They'll drop the men. They'll stay a couple nights with you. I've had girls, I literally got to get them out my crib. I got to tell them, yo, go home. Like, you're not going home. And I feel like that's a good thing, because with the right girl, she can stay in my house, right? Like, I don't care. Like, you know, the right girl can stay here. You know, I don't care if you're getting attention from other men. Once you start plotting to meet up with other men, once you go out that door, you're not coming back. So a lot of them, if I tell them put their phone down and don't even look at it, they'll put their phone down and won't even look at it. And I've had very few girls inside of Colombia that do that, right? A girl that's willing to stay in your house and be laid up with you, she's not, even if she got a bunch of niggas, she's not thinking about those niggas when she's with you, because she's with you. You know what I'm saying? So that was some of the difference that I saw, or differences that I already see. Overall, the only thing Colombia has over, I want to say, Thailand is the beauty factor, is the baddie factor. The big booty, the big lips, the long Latina, African, you know, hair, admixture, things like that. But Thailand has some very beautiful Asian women. They're incredibly beautiful. Some of them are beautiful just like Latinas. Like, they look like that. It's just that you're not going to see them in abundance the way you would see them in Colombia. I would personally say. Now, business factor, I think it'll be easier for you to do business here. I already see a lot more black owners here in Thailand than I have seen inside of Colombia. So it looks like it's easier to do business here, grow your income. There's more foreigners here for sure, off the rip. There's way more foreigners here than I see in Colombia. For you to catch a foreigner is kind of like, it's kind of like rare, you know what I mean? Like, inside like Colombia, unless you go to like Poblado, parts of Laureles, things like that. In Thailand, every time I step outside, there's nothing but foreigners, right? And I'm in Pattaya, I'm in Bangkok. Obviously, we're gonna go around some more and check out some of the more country areas that might not have as much foreigners, but there's foreigners everywhere. So that's that. What else could I say? I might have to do a several part series to this. But yeah, I just think overall it's better for business. There's just better product here. You know, Bangkok, you could fly anywhere in Asia, fly to Japan, fly to China, fly to India. It's cheaper flights to get around this part of the world. Another thing too is if you're working with US clients like I am, the time zone difference will fuck you up. Right now it's fucking me up because I have to mentally prepare myself to know that the hours I usually want to be pre-gaming to go out are the hours I need to be on sales calls and be on tech calls. So it's like I would have to really limit the amount of times I go out, really like figure out a sleep schedule that works so that I'm awake when they're awake, but I still get enough sleep to still live on a day-to-day out here. So I'm still figuring that out, and I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video wherever you're watching this, whether you're watching this on the Homies Hub or you're watching this on YouTube members. Maybe it might come to public at some point. I'll piece it together, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs up. Talk about it, but don't share too much about it. I'm saying this is information for y'all. I appreciate you guys, and more videos like this will be coming. I promise y'all. Peace.